Hello and welcome to my first podcast. My name Max Schreck, and today you are listening to All Dreams Are Crazy Until You Make Them True. This podcast is about my journey from mediocrity to mastery, the learnings along the way, tips, tricks, exercises to get ahead faster, to your shortcut to mastery. Today, I would like to talk about something I have been reminded the last couple of days. So my professional career started in 12 years ago in 2017 when I closed off my school during the last few months preparing for exams. I'd done a part-time job preparing in the American company I worked for system go live, do account reconciliations and get their old financial systems and books tidied up and ready for a system migration, something I'm funny enough is part of my current job as well. I worked in that same office for pretty much exactly 6 years before I left that office, and I think it wasn't too hard to decide at the time to leave and start a new challenge, even in a foreign country. I was still in the same company, but in another country. I moved to Ireland. Then the decision wasn't really hard to take, I would say, but the last day were really, really brutal to say goodbye to all the people. And that's where it reminded me the last couple of days to receive like a special video made from all my colleagues to say goodbye to me, to give something to me, tips, acknowledge what I have done in those past 6 years. And I also got the book. I also still have with pictures and everybody signed and said something nice in the book to me, and that's a memory I will never forget. And that's where it brings me to that current moment. So our all-time greatest sportsman said goodbye these days. He has the iconic 41. He played 21 years, and he played those 21 years for one team, for one city. You may know who I mean. So I mean the German basketball player Dirk Nowitzki, and I think it's incredible that he stayed loyal to one team 21 years and didn't move, and he also took a lot of pay cuts to the last years to make his team better and stay competitive as a team. And I think that's something I can understand a little bit, how he must have felt to say goodbye after 21 years, because I had to do it after 6 years, or then even after 8 years when I left the organization I worked in fully, even in another country. But 21 years is incredible, and he must feel so much joy and love through those 21 years to say goodbye. And he's truly a part of that city. He has become American or Texan to stay that long, and that's something I always can feel with him, because when I moved to other country, even coming back to Germany now, I still feel really connected to the country I lived for compared only 4 years, but it was still a long time and a special time. And regardless to where we move or what we grow into in our lives, there's always memories along the way we always will remember, and we always like to look back because they remember us on how far we have gone. And although saying goodbye after those times, the highlights, the success, the achievements the trophies, the earnings those people or we had made during those times are highlighted, and they're put on a pedestal probably. They're highlighted and they're made big. And even when, in Dirk Nowitzki's example, when a former president congratulates him for his incredible time, the struggles are still real. We all face struggles during those times. We cannot rise to any big goal before we can't reach that big goal before we actually fall down a couple of times. And that's where all dreams are crazy. Our dreams are crazy to so many different people. So let's stay with that sport example for Dirk Nowitzki in this time. When he debuted in 1998, so 21 years ago now, he's a really tall guy. He's 7 foot tall. Before that, only 40 NBA players before were able to hit 3-pointers. And those 3-point combined made a total of 507 points at the time of Dirk Nowitzki's debut. And Dirk Nowitzki during his career made 1,982 points. And since he started, 81 other players as tall as he is scored combined 7,253 points. So he showed other players that it is possible and therefore changed the game. But that didn't come with having been told that he's too tall, that it's not possible. So people will always tell you that's not possible, regardless of what your goal is, what it will be. I remember when I moved to another country, people were telling me, will you not be afraid to go there to go to other country? There's no friends, no family around who can support and help you, and it's even a foreign language. And that has been struggles in the beginning. I moved over there. I remember I had 2 luggage bags, and at the time smartphones were already a thing, and Google Maps was how I navigated through life. And arriving in Dublin, hopping onto a bus, getting off the bus, how I thought it was closest to the Airbnb I stayed in the beginning, I was kind of lost because I wasn't able to find it through Google Maps, which was kind of hard to believe at the time. But walking into other Airbnb, the people were really nice in there and helped me and directed me to the right way. At the end, I found the place. So talking to someone, arriving the first day, having the fear not being understood, not being able to communicate in a way that I get the answers I'm looking for, was obviously a struggle in the beginning. People have been telling me, but at the end, the opinions of others, they don't matter. If it's your dream to, for example, live in a foreign country, to learn a language nobody else wants to speak. I recently met a colleague and she learns Arabic, so a language not many people speak, or not many people especially find useful in like a professional context or in doing business in Germany. So she still did it, and I think that's phenomenal that she does that and she found interest in the language, because I think it is a really interesting language, and especially the writing is it looks great, but I think it's incredibly difficult compared to any of our languages. So if it's something crazy you want to do, it doesn't matter. It's always your dream, your goal. So if other people don't like it, that's their business, not yours. Doesn't matter to you. And the biggest achievement in mankind achieved, they have been achieved for the first time. The first man on the moon, there was nobody there before. Huge achievement. Nobody would have believed it before if someone would have told it 20, 30 years ago. People used horses and carriages to transport their stuff. Then there were cars. If you would tell someone who used horses and carriages that they can use something like a machine to do that, they would say you're silly, that's not possible. Or now with Tesla, Elon Musk using electric car, even 10 years ago, that would have been nothing we have seen possible. And knowing another colleague who actually received his Tesla, the countries still have to catch up to that. Like especially in Germany, we are in that sense, in that technology sense, we are a little bit behind on it. He's not even in a really small city, but he's constantly trying to find a possible charger, or find a place where he can park his car to actually charge his car. And going forward, countries will need to adapt quicker to that, because some combined groups of people, smaller groups of people, bigger groups of people, they will achieve things they have never been achieved before. And therefore, if that's something you want to achieve and nobody did it before, people tell you you're crazy and it's not possible, keep at it. Surround yourself with people that also think that is possible, or who has achieved stuff they have been told they're not possible, and therefore they can be achieved. Especially I recently listened to a podcast with Michael Phelps, the greatest Olympiast in history, and he was talking about that when he was 11 years old, that his trainer believed in him. So he didn't believe in himself, but his trainer did, and he followed his trainer, and he did what his trainer told him to do, and he put a lot of incredible hours of practice in. Couldn't believe that swimmers practiced that much, and doing that what his coach told him, he was able to achieve those things. And with that in mind, he knew that if he keeps doing what his coach is telling him, he will be able to achieve what his coach set him as goals. So when he told him, I think after the first Olympic Games or so, that he's going for a world record, he didn't think it is possible himself, but he knew as well that when he does what his coach is telling him to do, it is possible, because he proved it before, that when he does what he tells him, things are possible. So if you struggle somewhere in life, reach out to a friend, to a coach, to a mentor, and listen to them, trust them, and do what they tell you to do, regardless in which area of your life it is. And you will get that accountability towards someone else, which makes you stick longer to something you want to do, and it will prove to you as well that you're capable of doing much more than you think yourself. We always keep ourselves the smallest, and we believe stronger in other people than we believe in us, in ourselves. So the belief from other people can make us stronger, and if you keep that in mind, you will always be able to reach the next step, the next big goal in your life. So remember, progress lies not in enhancing what is, but in advancing towards what will be. Do the small steps every day to get where you want to go. Don't do the things to avoid failure or mistakes you have done. They are part of our life. We all fail. We all do stupid things at times. But if you focus on where you want to go, and focus on enhancing your knowledge, your skill set, your mindset into that area needed for your goal, you will be able to achieve that goal. in the future. Not today, not tomorrow. It's not a quick win. It's something for the long game. We are here for many years. Therefore, you don't need it immediately and tomorrow. If you can wait, keep doing the small steps, huge things will happen in your life. So thank you for listening today to my first podcast. I'm your host, Max Ruck, and I'm looking forward to hear from you.